We all expected Hamilton to need time to adapt to Ferrari, right? But what no one saw coming was that, during his very first test at Fiorano, he already started demanding major changes to the SF-25. But hold on, is this a good sign or a red flag for Ferrari? Did the seven-time champion notice something worrying about the car? Or is this just part of the strategy of a driver who knows exactly what he needs to win? Today, we're breaking down everything that happened behind the scenes in this first test and how Hamilton's demands could change Ferrari's future this season. So make sure to subscribe to Formula One News, turn on notifications, and let's dive in. Imagine this. You finally get the car of your dreams, a brand new Ferrari, and when you hit the throttle, something feels off. That's exactly what Hamilton experienced. Braking response and pedal sensitivity felt different from what he expected. Car behavior in corners wasn't at the level he was used to. Changes in the steering wheel and car setup brought unexpected challenges. But does this mean Ferrari has a serious issue? Or is this just a normal adaptation process for a driver who spent over a decade at Mercedes? The big question is, can the changes Hamilton requested actually turn the SF-25 into a title-winning car? Small adjustments can transform the driving experience. We need to fine-tune the pedals and improve braking response. But what if I told you this isn't the first time a champion has faced these kinds of challenges? Michael Schumacher, 1996 to 2000 Ferrari, demanded radical changes and went on to win 5 consecutive world titles. Fernando Alonso, 2010 Ferrari, asked for adjustments, but the team failed to deliver a championship-winning car. Sebastian Vettel, 2015 Ferrari, never fully adapted the car to his driving style and left frustrated. So which path will Hamilton take? Will he follow Schumacher's footsteps and dominate the sport, or could he end up disappointed like Alonso and Vettel? One thing is clear, Ferrari is determined to give Hamilton everything he needs to fight for victories. But there's a major issue. Will Hamilton and Leclerc be treated equally, or will Ferrari prioritize one of them? If Hamilton starts the season stronger, would Ferrari be willing to sideline Leclerc? Or if Leclerc proves to be faster early on, could Ferrari ignore some of Hamilton's demands to favor the Monegasque? Let's not forget what happened in 2019 when Leclerc and Vettel fought for team leadership. It turned into internal chaos. So has Ferrari learned from its mistakes, or are they about to repeat history once again? Now that Hamilton has had his first run in the SF-25 and given feedback to the engineers, the biggest question is, will Ferrari be able to make the necessary adjustments in time for testing in Bahrain? If the rumors about Ferrari improving by 0.4 seconds per lap are true, they could finally close the gap to Red Bull and McLaren in the title fight, but that will only be confirmed when the SF-25 goes head-to-head with its rivals in real race conditions. And here's an important detail. With Hamilton demanding precise adjustments, will he feel comfortable enough in the car before the season begins? During the SF-25 shakedown on Wednesday in Fiorano, Leclerc was asked about Hamilton's arrival and did not hesitate to praise the strength of their partnership. For me, Ferrari still has the best driver lineup, but whether we will be the strongest in the championship, we will have to prove that on track. Lewis has already proven himself. Now I still have to work on that. And here's an interesting point. Leclerc feels the pressure of not having a world title yet and knows that, with Hamilton by his side, the expectations will be even higher. Ferrari tested its new car for 250 kilometers in Fiorano during a filming day, and both Hamilton and Leclerc gave positive feedback on the SF-25. Although neither of them went into technical details, the most important thing was that there were no negative surprises, which is usually a good sign. The good thing is that we didn't have any negative surprises, no bad sensations, or unexpected numbers. That's positive, Leclerc stated. This could indicate that Ferrari has managed to improve on the SF-24, a car that showed potential but fell behind Red Bull and McLaren in crucial moments of 2024. One of the biggest questions for 2025 is, will Hamilton and Leclerc have a harmonious partnership, or could Ferrari face internal conflict? If we look at F1 history, every time two top drivers shared the same team, tensions arose. It happened with Hamilton versus Alonso, 2007 McLaren, a fierce internal battle that helped Raikkonen secure the title. Rosberg versus Hamilton, 2016 Mercedes, a heated rivalry that ended with Rosberg winning the championship and their relationship completely falling apart. Leclerc versus Vettel, 2019 Ferrari, the Monegasque driver clashed with the four-time champion, creating tension inside the Scuderia. However, for now, Hamilton assures that the relationship between the two is excellent. It's been fantastic. I really enjoy working with him, and I think we've already built a great friendship. We used to talk a lot before about music and fashion, and we get along very well. The working environment is great, and I'm learning from his experience at Ferrari. But we all know how F1 works. When the season starts for real and both are fighting for victories, this friendship could be put to the test. Will Ferrari keep a stable environment, or will the pressure to win cause an internal rivalry? If Ferrari's performance in 2024 left them with a so close yet so far feeling, 2025 has to be different. The team had a real shot at winning the Constructors' Championship, but ultimately lost to McLaren by just 14 points. Leclerc didn't hide his frustration. Last year, we finished second in the Constructors' Championship, and I was very disappointed. The goal is always to win, and that should always be the case at Ferrari. We will do everything to make that happen. And Ferrari knows that now. There are no more excuses. Hamilton arrives to elevate the team's level. Leclerc is getting more experienced and competitive. The Scuderia has a new car and has learned from past mistakes. But will that be enough to challenge Verstappen's Red Bull and the rising McLaren duo of Norris and Piastri? Ferrari is more determined than ever to return to the top of Formula One, and to achieve that, they have brought in Lewis Hamilton to strengthen the team in 2025. Scuderia boss Frederic Vasseur has made no secret of his excitement, already describing the 7-time world champion as the perfect piece to lead the team back to glory. But is Hamilton really the man who can end Ferrari's title drought? Or could this gamble fail to deliver the expected results? After a dominant era with Mercedes, Hamilton has chosen to embrace a new challenge and don the iconic red of Ferrari. However, this transition does not come without questions. After all, we are talking about a driver who, over the last 2 years, has struggled with Mercedes' lack of competitiveness and at times even questioned his own abilities. Vasseur, however, has no doubts that Hamilton remains one of the best drivers on the grid. For him, the definitive proof was the Britain's performance at the 2024 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, where Hamilton fought from the back of the grid and managed to overtake George Russell on the final lap, securing an impressive P4 finish. He showed in Abu Dhabi, starting from the back and finishing P4, overtaking George on the last lap, that the pace is still there. And I had no doubts before, said Vasseur. The question now is, can Hamilton still be the difference maker Ferrari needs to dethrone Red Bull and Max Verstappen? If there's one thing no one can question, it's Hamilton's experience. The Brit is not the same driver who made his F1 debut in 2007, and according to Vasseur, he has evolved significantly over the years. He is not the same. He is 20 years older than when we first worked together. Everyone changes, improves, and develops. He is much more mature, much more experienced, and he is the perfect piece for the team today. But will experience alone be enough to make the difference? History shows that great champions have arrived at Ferrari with high expectations, yet not all have managed to turn that into titles. Fernando Alonso and Sebastian Vettel both tried, but ultimately left disappointed. What makes Hamilton's story likely to end differently? The answer could lie in a combination of talent, leadership, and strategy. Hamilton knows how to build a team around him and has proven to be one of the smartest drivers when it comes to decision-making on track. If he can accelerate the development of the SF-25 and help Ferrari avoid the strategic mistakes that have cost them victories in recent years, this could be the key to success. Another major factor in shaping Ferrari's future will be the internal dynamic between Hamilton and Charles Leclerc. The Monegasque is a fan favorite and has been with the team since 2019, meaning he knows Ferrari inside out. The big question is, will Leclerc accept Hamilton as the team leader, or could this create internal tensions? Historically, when two top drivers share the same team, things can quickly spiral out of control. We saw this with Hamilton and Alonso in 2007, and again with Vettel and Leclerc in 2019, when Ferrari's lack of clear hierarchy led to a chaotic season. If Ferrari wants success in 2025, Vasseur will need to manage this driver pairing with extreme precision. After all, any friction between the two could become a major issue for a team that needs stability to challenge Red Bull.